Power up.
Get over here! Hello, everybody out there on YouTube. Once again, it is the three middle-aged guys just bullshitting about nothing. I am the Reverend.
The theme here.
And Gray Mouse 1.
Actually, we're not bullshitting about nothing. What we're going to be bullshitting about is happy anniversaries. And we're not talking about wedding anniversaries. We're talking about the anniversaries, or how can you say maybe birthdays, of beloved video game classics that have reached much farther than just 1 year or 2 years out there. The first one that comes up to mind in general that just happened August 6th is the anniversary of
Oh, boy.
Yes. Nintendo's 8-bit exploration adventure series. When they put this out, you can see it right there. It's called the Adventure Series.
Adventure series.
Yeah.
That's when Nintendo were marking their series and shit.
Exactly. They sat there. They had an idea that the genre thing was going to come up, and as far as classifying things for to make it easy for marketing, not only marketing but also for consumers to go ahead and go out of their way to purchase and everything else, they started classifying things. And then Metroid was one of them. And it was a classic game that was very atmospheric, gave you a huge area to go out of your way to explore. That was a lot of platforming and everything else. And this came out before Zelda, if I remember correctly.
It did.
Yeah.
Almost a year and something, I think.
Yeah.
No, maybe that's a little bit stretching it a bit, but
I think maybe by a few months or something like that, or maybe by a year. But yeah, Metroid, classic game, huge success. I'll be honest, I didn't beat the first one until I actually started using the Nintendo Player's Guide to go ahead and with all the maps to get through it. Honest, but this game was so successful that it spawned many sequels. I thought I had a copy of the Game Boy version, but it must. Yeah, that's Metroid 2. And there's Metroid 3. All right. Metroid 4. All right, Fusion. Unfortunately, I don't have a copy of Zero Mission. It's really just a reboot of the first Metroid. And then you have the Prime trilogy. All right. This is the Wii version of the Metroid trilogy collection. If you want to go out of your way and actually, if you haven't played any of the Primes, this is a very good version. Actually, a really expensive version also fine. The Wii pointer and nunchuck movement works out really fucking well for this.
Better than it was for the GameCube?
Yes. Yes, and that is no fucking lie. All right. And I have the first two games for the GameCube.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then we have this thing. Which is the only...
Okay, wait. Personal story about that. Theory and Reverend told me to stay away from that.
Yeah.
You guys told me to stay away from Other End.
You know what's funny is that this particular coffee right here, it still has a cellophane on it. All right. I was able to get a hold of this, I think, off of eBay, shipped for like $12.
Oh, wow.
And like I've said in other videos, I've got a sizable library, and I'm kind of obsessive compulsive when it comes to completing series and stuff like this. That's the only reason why I have this. Really. Yeah.
That's so you weren't going to play it again. You weren't going to.
No, I wasn't going to play it again. No, I was not. Nope. But for reference reasons, for archival reasons, it is there.
Metroid,
right?
Other motherfucker.
Other motherfuckers other than Nintendo making this shit.
Because it was made by Team Ninja.
Yep.
Because when you told me to stay away from Other End, I was like, why? And then you guys told me why. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. It can't be like that. And you guys were like, no, with this most serious looks on your faces.
I mean, you know, and just to say this about particularly about Other M, you know, it's the thing about Other M is that it just seems really confused. It's
Confused.
no, because the thing is that there are certain parts of it that certain technical parts of it that just seem like they didn't know exactly what they wanted to do. Like the fact that you couldn't move and shoot missiles at the same time, that you're fixed in first person view. And in all the primes, you're in first person and you could move.
You could move.
That was really, really odd. And then, okay, giving Samus a voice, I'm not really complaining about that. But the fact that they went ahead and they turned her into some sort of whiny, weak chick. I mean, she sits there and she has a fucking nervous breakdown when she first meets Ridley, and she kicked the shit out of him 4 times in the previous other game.
Yeah, first Metroid, second Metroid.
Yeah, third Metroid. I mean, she beat the shit out of him like in other games prior. All right, it's
and
like
it really got more advanced, and she still would beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, but when she first meets him in Metroid Other M, she turns into a crying, like traumatized. She was this close to sitting there asking Miyamoto for a fucking safe space.
There's only one time that Samus was jittery or ran away about anything, and that was the SAX on Fusion, where for the most part, you had to hide from that.
Yeah.
You couldn't face it head on. Either you had to hide or run away.
Yep.
That was it. But Ridley, are you serious?
Yes.
Even though Super Metroid, when Ridley shows up at the beginning and you're facing it until Ridley leaves with the Metroid baby, what?
Yeah.
Another story about Metroid, Metroid Prime. The first time I played it is with Grey Mouse 1 watching me. Grey Mouse 1 actually was like, hey, play this, see how you like it. Because he had it on a GameCube. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah, this works. This works really well. So, Metroid, man, damn. 30 years. And look, come on. Metroid 5, please. A 2D Metroid. 2D. 5. Yes, the Primes. Yes, you've heard me say it on numerous videos already, but please, Metroid 5. That's gotta fucking happen, man. Damn it.
What are your thoughts, Grey Mouse? I know we've been rambling on for like the last 10 minutes. Go out of your way. Let us know what you think.
Well, to start off with, you were close, but not quite. Zelda was released something of 1987, so about a year difference.
About a year? I thought because I thought I was maybe a little bit off. Because I know
Metroid was released.
Zelda was 87, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. Metroid was released August 8th, and Zelda, let me check it, was actually North America August 22nd. So roughly a year.
Okay.
Okay.
In between.
Okay.
Cool.
Metroid was one of those games that I just bought off of the cuff because back in those days you didn't really know. I mean, we've seen it I did see it a couple times in NES Power, or I'm sorry, Nintendo advertised. But we didn't really know what the game was about because we didn't have the internet back then. So it was just mostly the word of mouth. So I picked it up and I brought it home and I instantly fell in love with it. It was like one of those games. I mean, when you first play it, everybody goes right because everybody's used to the Marios and whatnot. Then you recognize, then you're like, wait a minute, I can't go. I'm talking about like
go anywhere.
Yeah.
You can't go nowhere, so you go left to pick up the
ball.
The ball.
Yep.
So and then I was hooked. I really was. It's one of those games that probably would have been better. One of those games that probably would have been better if it had an in-game map, and they rectified that with Super Metroid.
Yes.
But,
yes.
Like, I have to admit, like the Reverend said, that I got lost.
People were still getting lost in Super Metroid with the map.
Yeah. It's just one of those. It's one of those games that I will fondly hold, dear to my heart. God, man, Metroid. And then, like I said, Metroid Prime. I thought about not getting it at first. Then I came on the GameCube. I picked it up, and I was really surprised at the transition between third person to first person view, and vice versa. It was just very smooth animation, and it felt like the Metroid series. In fact, I believe that some of the best Metroid music ever is from the Primes.
From Prime? Yeah, we mixed some of the originals and put them on Prime.
Yep, correct. Some of them's remixed, but a lot of their new stuff, it's really, I've always played, when I play Metroid, it's always been an atmospheric game. It's always been an atmospheric game. The music brings you right there. It feels like you're on, Planet ZBs or SR388 or whatever, You felt that you were there fighting these things.
The music of that game spoke volumes. Either the music or when it was quiet.
Yeah.
When it's set mood, it's like, wait a minute, I just entered this place and there's nothing playing at all. What's up?
Yep.
Yeah. Or like when you go in the special rooms to get your weapons and stuff, that music, like, oh man.
That was the only complaint that many had about Super Metroid. Every time you got an item, it played that music, and it's kind of slowed down the game sort of bit. But other than that, it was the transition from Metroid and then Metroid 2 that was on the Game Boy. But when Super Metroid hit, and this was a story that it told you a story without saying a word. Once you got past the intro, you were the one telling the story. And that was one of the main things that hooked me about the Metroid games.
Well, with Super
Metroid. Because it
Super Metroid,
Metroids 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And then, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, to add on to what you were saying, was that Super Metroid, at the very beginning, it's like you're playing the old Metroid 1 again.
Yeah.
It puts you right, where you went through and destroyed the mother brain, but you go the opposite way that time.
Yeah.
This time.
Yeah.
You went back to the planet that you just, you went to Zebes and then SR388 because you went to the Metroid's homeworld and, with the baby Metroid and everything. And that baby Metroid plays a part in 3 and in 4.
Yep.
Which really, I was just like, oh wow, they actually carried this over, and that little baby sacrifices itself for you.
Yep.
That was a story told in gameplay that was really, really good because you had to understand. You understood that.
Yep.
There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You didn't even have to 100% these games in order to enjoy them.
Yep.
I love speeding up and running through things and speeding and that and a screw attack are my favorite power-ups.
Yep.
Definitely Nintendo hit a home run with the Metroid series.
Yeah, it's so much so that amongst a lot of lists, as far as the internet lists that are so presumptuous to go out of their way to name like the greatest game of all time, in many of the lists, this is number one as far as the game that holds up the best over time, and not only just design and everything else, but sound, graphics, everything.
Yeah.
Well, see, the thing about that is that it can hold. I've seen it in 1, 2, and 3. I've never seen it less than that in any list online.
Yeah.
I've either seen Zelda or Metroid or Super Metroid. I always saw those interchangeably. I've seen Final Fantasy 2 or in that top as well. But and Super Mario World, I've always seen those 5 in that little area. I've never seen them anything less.
Yeah, and the thing about it is that that's there for a reason, and there's a reason why people are going out of their way to make recognition of the 30th anniversary for this classic game. Long-standing series always start out that way. And And over the last week, there was actually another big anniversary that was passed up, a 25th anniversary, not a 30th anniversary, but a 25th anniversary for a 16-bit title, or a game that started out in 16-bit. Actually, sadly, has never left 16-bit. This game right here, Streets of Rage on the Sega Genesis or Sega Mega Drive, depending on where you're at. Yeah, Sega's, entry into the beat 'em up genre that spanned, Streets of Rage 2.
Yep.
And then also Streets of Rage 3, to sit there and pretty much compete side by side with Final Fight and a lot of the other 2D brawlers that were out there. The closest thing that kind of came out that was kind of like a spiritual successor, but was woefully abysmal, was Spike Out Battle Street with the Xbox.
No.
You see those responses right there, ladies and gentlemen, from Gray Mouse and Theme. Yeah, that pretty much sums up the reaction to that. Aside from Spike Out, folks, Streets of Rage, thoughts in general?
In my opinion, go ahead.
No, mine's quick. Streets of Rage, back in those days, you were either a Nintendo person or a Genesis person. It's just the way it is. We didn't have enough money to have both. I mean, there are some that did, but a lot of them, a lot of us was either or Nintendo or Sega. Now, with that is one thing I liked about Streets of Rage is kind of like a beat 'em up, and then kind of an RPG-ish type thrown in together. Because am I wrong?
No, I think you might be thinking of something else.
Yeah.
The food? Am I thinking of something else?
Yeah, you might be thinking about something else, because in all the Streets of Rage series, all the moves and all the abilities you have from the very fucking beginning.
Right then and there.
Yeah.
Okay. From Streets of Rage 1, I didn't understand the whole cops showing up and shooting a missile and flames all around you and the enemies. That reminded me of Golden Axe Magic.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
And if you think about it, it was probably the same arcade people or the same creative minds behind those arcade games that were working on it at the time.
I mean, one of the things that it had an advantage over Final Fight, or at least the Super Nintendo version of Final Fight, is that Streets of Rage was 2 players. The first one. 2 motherfuckers on the same screen, beating motherfuckers up. 3 players to choose from, Super Nintendo, Capcom. Why did you fuck that up? I didn't understand that. I remember getting Final Fight for my birthday, and I was like, arcade shit. And wait a minute, only 2 of the 3. I have a stage missing. I have a person missing. I can't play 2 players. What the middle finger was that? Streets of Rage rectified all of that, and it was a pretty good, pretty great game. Streets of Rage 2, however. 2 was the best one. Bare Knuckle 2. Yeah, Streets of Rage. Music. Graphics, sound, gameplay, everything was top notch. The introduction of Skate. Okay, it was funny how Skate, he couldn't hold a pipe. He was the fastest motherfucker on the screen, but he was, oh my God, his strength level was like, He can get on top of you and getting back at you and beat down on your head. Blaze was good. Blaze was cool. Axel all around.
Yep.
I mean, Streets of Rage 2, the best of the series. I wish that would come back. 2D, don't fucking 3D that shit. 2D, long-ass mission, long-ass game, 2 to 4 players online.
Yeah.
It can be done. Why hasn't anyone came up with that? Is beyond me.
Yeah.
Besides Streets of Rage Remake.
Yeah, besides Streets of Rage Remake. I mean, when it came to the games, the biggest jump in not only in graphical fidelity but also technical gameplay was between the first Streets of Rage and Streets of Rage 2. Streets of Rage 3 it's not horrible. But as far as the type of jump between Streets of Rage 1 and Streets of Rage 2, it didn't cover that.
Yeah.
It was pretty much if you sat there and you added a few DLC characters to Streets of Rage 2 and then moved a few extra stages over, that was pretty much Streets of Rage 3.
Mm-hmm.
And there were characters that did not show up here in the States. You can look it up, the differences between the Japanese Streets of Rage and the U.S. Streets of Rage. But I think the saddest thing about Streets of Rage isn't the fact that it's a great series. It's the fact that Sega was planning on releasing a fourth one for the Dreamcast. What happened at the time was that Bernie Stolar, who wanted a job at Microsoft, he's an ex-EA guy, and there was a reason why a few videos ago I said that, you know, all these EA guys, ex-EA guys who are in charge of places like Microsoft or other gaming divisions and stuff like that should just be given the boot and just be let out the fucking door, is that he went ahead and whenever they brought up the idea of releasing Streets of Rage 4 out for the Dreamcast, he was like, does that series even exist? The whole reason why Streets of Rage 4 wasn't released on the Dreamcast was because Bernie fucking Stolar didn't know it was an established fucking series.
How do you not know that? Okay, look.
He was hunting for a Microsoft paycheck. We both know this.
Understood. But how the fuck are you going to be working in the gaming industry and not know your gaming history? That pisses me off because it's like, oh, wait, is Mario something substantial? Who would say something that fucking stupid? But wait, Golden Axe? No, that wasn't really something big.
I just really, that's
no. Zelda. Man, that ain't shit. Final Fantasy. What? Just motherfuckers walking in a row and magic. No, that won't make it. No, people are not looking forward to that shit.
Yeah.
Yet you got motherfuckers that are excited for fucking Shaq Fu 2. Are you fucking kidding me? You're gonna so especially in this day and age communication.
Yeah.
Streets of Rage 2, how about it? That message alone would get so many retweets or reposts or views or whatever. Another Streets of Rage? Okay, 2D or 3D? Get fucking
2D.
ammunition from the fans. 2D, yeah, that would eat everything up. I don't think E3. I don't think that 3D would be even a part of the equation, and it shouldn't be because 3D.
Well, no, they can do 3D. Just don't change the style of play. You know.
Wait, that's not. Is that possible?
Yes, it is. All right, they just have to have the right people working on it.
Okay,
that's another topic, and that's probably something else that we're going to touch in a few minutes. But before we do that, Gray Mouse, any thoughts?
All I could say is that they need to lend them out to Capcom so we can get them in Street Fighter.
or better yet, lend it out to former Capcom employees, okay, the guys who used to be at Clover Studios, Platinum Games, to go ahead and put together a new Streets of Rage.
Mighty Number Rage?
What's up?
Mighty Number Rage?
No, not Concept. Platinum Games. Okay.
Sorry.
I mean, if they do that, you know, if they could lend them out to Capcom, those seems to me like those would be some good characters.
Streets of Anger.
Streets of I don't know, discontent. Boulevards of discontent.
Streets of Irate.
Yeah.
Stuck in traffic. Or something. You know, I don't get it. No.
That sounds like a simulator for like a driving simulator for pretty much LA traffic when you're stuck on the 405. Otherwise, let's
look. That's a parking lot.
Yeah.
Right, look, if you're on 405 in certain hours, shit, you might as well get out and walk. You'll get there faster.
Yep. that aside, let's move on to something that we've been ragging on Sega over the last few videos. All right,
Yeah, you deserve it. That's why.
Yeah, but there was one thing that we mentioned a few weeks ago, especially in our video about the dumb things that that video game makers have made. When we brought up Sega, and we mentioned quite a bit about them. One of the things that we had mentioned is that Sega has this huge library of games, back library of games, including this. All right, that is just ripe for the picking for developers to go ahead and make games out of. Well, as we know, at Comic-Con, of course, announcing everything else except for comics, they went out of their way and they had their Sonic Boom event and they announced Sonic Mania. Basically, they went ahead and they've gotten an outside developer to go ahead and work on a brand new 2D Sonic in a pseudo 16/32-bit 2D style. Chris Whitehead is the main guy who's working on it, and he's the same guy who went out of his way to port over iOS versions of Sonic 1 and 2 and also Sonic CD. So this guy is actually somebody who knows a lot about the series, and he knows a lot about the franchise, and he has ideas on how to make things. He created his own 2D engine called the Retro Engine in order to port those games over to iOS. So, let it be known, people, that we're not going to go out of our way and hold back, giving props to companies that make the right moves, because this is a really intelligent thing to do. Obviously, Sega has no fucking idea what to do with their classic library. Let's just go ahead and say that right now. Unless they're going to go ahead and make some sort of other Sonic Rainbow Edition type fucking 3D game, okay? Or stick him in like a foot race with fucking Mario, which he should win every fucking time. All right, but they went out of their way. They got a hold of Chris Whitehead and his studio, and he's doing Sonic Mania. I honestly, to tell you the truth, I didn't give a fuck about it until I found out who was actually working on it. When I found out somebody else other than the in-house Sega guys were working on it, I became interested. What are your thoughts, guys, about that?
As long as we don't get a why can't Sonic crawl type of thing. Okay, look. The game is structured around running, speed, rings, furry animals being saved, enemies, and certain deaths, okay?
And certain intricate platforming sections.
You forgot Chaos Gems.
Okay,
yeah.
Chaos Control. Yeah, Gold Sonic or Platinum Shadow, whatever. Please understand that Sonic has been on the decline for years. Because he's been made fucked up. He's been put on the Connect. He's been put in races against Mario and Olympic Games and shit like that. Sonic R for the Saturn. Okay, look. Yeah. Since Sonic Adventure and Sonic Advance, we haven't had a great Sonic game. Yep. Some have been okay, but not great. Yep. If these two Sonic games come out, and they are actually great, then welcome back. If they're not accepted because they're like, oh, they're too retro, fuck you. Go play all the older ones, including, and get the feel of it and come back. Play them, beat them, enjoy them, whatever. All you do is run. Okay, yeah, but you have to run very carefully and in precision and actually do certain things in order to fucking get the job done. Sonic is one of those icons that was threatening to overtake Mario at some point. He deserves to be treated right. He deserves to be treated with respect. He deserves to have games that we can play, enjoy, enchant, whatever the fuck. I love Sonic, the older versions. Yep. As long as you bring those back and have them played properly, then I don't see any worries as far as it being good, great, or whatever. I just...
What about you, Grey Mouse? What are your thoughts, really quick?
I echo what Theme is saying. Sonic is in another one of those games that I really enjoyed. And I have to agree with, since these two games are coming out, it's going to everybody's going to be watching them. Everybody's going to be looking at it and making, they're going to be watching to see if it's good. Which, the stuff that I've seen, the gameplay that I've seen thus far, I think the 2D one has Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails playing.
Yep.
Playable characters.
The classic 16-bit characters. Yep. And
that's a plus for me. And then I don't know what to really think about the 3D version with things blowing up in the background and Sonic standing his fist clenched and whatnot. That that's all we saw. We didn't really see what's going on. Yeah. But from what I've seen from the 2D, I'm all for that, and I'm really glad that that they're bringing that back. I just want them done right. Sonic is. Like the theme said, I mean, they were head to head between Mario and Sonic back in the day, 16-bit era. It was a battle, and people thought that Sonic would come out on top. But it'd be nice to have a real Sonic game back again. And to those people that don't like retro, you have to go there to understand what the future of gaming is. You can't just not look at the history of gaming and just say, oh, I just want everything in 3D and not tip your hat towards where gaming came from, and whether it be a 2D or what have you.
Yeah, I think a big thing that the funny thing about Sonic Mania is that I've only heard like a lot of excitement from all the corners out there on the internet. The naysayers have been very, very sparse and in between. Now, the thing about Project Sonic 2017, people are skeptical with good reason. All right, but the thing with Sonic Mania, like I said before, if Sega isn't going to do anything with their mascot or their library, or the whole reason why they were able to keep up pace with Nintendo for so many fucking years, and at one time surpass them in 16-bit era, in the first place, if they don't know how to deal with that, then do the next best thing. Find somebody who has a really good idea, who has a solid grasp of what the IP is and what the game legacy is about, and let them work with it. Let them play with it. And yeah. I think it's really smart that they found the right guy. He went out of his way. He did, awesome ports for iOS ports for Sonic 1 and 2 and also Sonic CD, which are, considered like the best 2D Sonics out there from the Sega Genesis era. And he went out of his way. He was like, hey, look, if you guys aren't going to do anything brand new, I have something really cool to offer you. And they went out of their way and they let him play. I think that's really cool, Is there any other thoughts that we have on any of the anniversaries or Sonic Mania or anything like that, gentlemen?
I have a thought about Sonic Mania.
Go ahead.
The only way that this is going to make any headway is that this is kind of done in a way that Sonic Adventure was done.
Yeah.
That is the only way it's actually gonna look as far as gameplay, sound, graphics. Okay, graphics can be up to this generation, but gameplay is very important here with a 3D Sonic. It has to be done to a certain point where it doesn't insult you. There's like minimum glitches as possible, and that it plays like a fucking Sonic.
Yeah.
That's the only real requirements here. As long as they get the formula down, then the skepticism will leave and motherfuckers will play it, buy it, and add it to collections and say that it's a great fucking game. With the 2D, look, just go back to, the best Sonics that were in 2D, 1, 2, 3, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic CD, Sonic, Advance. Go to those and learn from those and take from those and build upon those. That's pretty much it. That's all you fucking need. There's not really anything that you need to do at that point. Because even if you add things that those games had before, like power-ups like electricity power-up or a fire power-up like on Sonic 3 or anything like that. It's not going to insult gamers that are looking for a 2D Sonic to play and to actually enjoy once again. For Sonic Adventure, Sonic, Project Sonic is like, yeah, you can have more players selectable than just Sonic. You can have a good and bad guy story, just like in Sonic Adventure 2. Just have that shit played correctly. That's all we have. No Kinect support, no PlayStation Move, no dildo sticks, no. Just have it. Look, with these, god damn it, just controllers. Don't try to fucking VR it, please. We don't want to be strapped in and doing this on Sonic games as a first-person view. Please don't make it a first-person view. If you're going to 3D this thing, just go back to Sonic Adventure form.
Green Mouse, we got 2 minutes left. Any final thoughts?
Well, all I can say is happy anniversary Metroid, happy anniversary Streets of Rage, and looking forward.
Streets of Rage. Make Metroid 5. Come on.
Looking forward to the future for Sonic, and to add on, I think that the 2D Sonic, I think they're going to have actually a mesh of all of the older retro games, like the Fire Shield, Electric Shield, and all that stuff,
including glass processing.
Whatever. But yeah, I'm really excited and just looking forward to it.
Yep. And I think that pretty much wraps us up on past anniversaries and our things. A little peer into the past as older gamers. 30 years, 25 years back, we were guys who've been there from the very beginning, and we saw these things at launch.
Yeah.
Like I say at the end of every video, thank you very much for sticking with us all the way to the end. If you're so kind, hit like, hit subscribe, check out all of our channels. If you think there's something we missed, go ahead and leave us a comment. We do more than enough to go out of our way to respond back, or we'll even make a video out of it if there's something that we'll go ahead and we like. All right. We are 3 middle-aged guys. We're just cutting the bullshit right here. I am the Reverend.
The theme here.
Gray Mouse 1.
Once again, for the benefits of common sense logic in gaming. Credits.
Happy anniversary! 30 to Metroid, 25 to Streets of Rage, and 1 bottle of soju and 1 beer to me. Kampai!
Kampai.